Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to talk about conversion factors and the math behind converting units of various variables. So to start off, we need to know what a conversion factor is. So a conversion factor is any equality that we write as a fraction that looks like a fraction, and we can use it to cancel out units and to get the units that we want. For example, I'm going to show you guys a super easy example that you can do in your head, but I'm going to show you the math and what it looks like on paper. And it's important to be able to do these easy ones because you know the correct answer, right? You don't have to do the work to get it. But if you can do the work and you can show how to get the answer, well, then when these harder questions come up, you'll be able to apply the same concept. So let's think about days. I have 2 days. How many hours is that, right? Everyone should know the answer is 48 hours, right? So let's look at the math. So I have 2 days. I always start with the number that the question gives me, and then I need to think about the equalities. So if I want to go from days to hours, well, I know in my head that one day is 24 hours long. So this is my equality. This is what I call my equality. U-Q-U-A-L-I-T-Y. And we know it's an equality because there's an equal sign there, right? This equals that one day is the same as 24 hours. Now we can use that equality to write a conversion factor. So basically we're just going to take this equality and make it a fraction. So we're going to have one day for every 24 hours, or 24 hours for every one day. And writing it like this, it just makes the math easier. It doesn't mean anything different. It doesn't change the numbers in any way, shape, or form. It just makes the math doable. And it's important to remember that we can write these either way. One day for every 24 hours, or 24 hours for every one day. When we say it out loud, it makes sense. And so getting just this general idea of what a conversion factor is, which is just another way to write an equality, that's kind of the baseline here. So once you know what your conversion factors are, or your equalities, then you can take a look at your question. So we started with days, and I don't want to be in days anymore. I want to be in hours. And so if we want units to cancel out, hopefully you learned in algebra that anytime you divide two of the same units, they cancel out. For example, if I have A times B divided by B, well, that's going to equal A, because B and B cancel out, right? So this same concept is what we're going to use here. If I start with days, then I want the equality that puts days on the bottom so that they cancel out. This same setup is right here. So I'm going to say one day for every 24 hours. And now I've canceled out days, and I'm at the units that I want. This is what the question was: how many hours are in 2 days? And the math, once we have this set up, the math is really easy. If the number's on the top, we multiply, and if the number's on the bottom, we divide. And we can always ignore the ones because anything multiplied or divided by 1 is the exact same thing. So I'm just going to write that over here. Ignore the ones, and then multiply the top and divide the bottom. So 2 times 24 is 48. 48 hours. Again, we knew that answer. We could do the math in our head, but this is the algebra behind why making that calculation is, possible. What the equality is and how the units cancel out. So that's where we get our answer. So that brings us over here to these examples. Now, in order to answer these questions, you have to know what the equalities are. You have to have these numbers up here memorized. If you don't, then you're not going to be able to do the conversion factors. So let's just do one example. Let's do kPa. So if I have 21.8 kPa, and I want to know how many ATMs that is, I need a conversion factor that's going to let me go from kilopascals to atmospheres. And I know from up here that 101.3 kPa is equal to 1 ATM. And I can write that as a fraction. And I know that on the bottom, I need to have my kPa because they want to cancel out. And so I'll put 101.3 on the bottom, 1 ATM up top, and I'll plug that into my calculator, 21.8 divided by 101.3. And and I don't have a calculator right now, so I can't put that in, but that's how you do it. You just divide. And once you do all of these, then you can go ahead and check the answers. So pause the video, give those a try, and then you can see the answers under the home screen, answer keys, and unit 2 practices. And so here's all the answers and the work for how to get them. So go ahead and give those a try. Hopefully seeing the definitions of these things of equality and conversion factor helps make that math a little bit easier. And the more you do it, the better you'll get. So don't give up, keep trying. You got this.